Hello everyone, and welcome to Jumperman Tech, where we specialize in HVAC, we do everything DIY, and today we have a mission against these microchannel coils. Thank you to everyone tuning into Jumperman Tech. Today we're going to be working on this AON package unit. Alright, so we got some dirty microchannel coil. Two of them here. This is our condenser coil. As you can see, got quite some dust here. This is a very large unit, so it's picking up a lot of dirt. So the idea here is to clean this thing up properly. Today we're going to be using Cal Green. It says OEM approved cleaner for aluminum coils. Specifically, it says it's perfect for microchannel. Is ideal for any condenser design, meets EPA safer choice direct release criteria. Honestly, in my opinion, the best condenser coil cleaner is the one by I don't even know how to pronounce it, New Calgon. Drop a comment below on how that's actually pronounced. I have no idea, and I've been using their products since forever. They have a blue one, and if you ever use that blue one, you know what I'm talking about. That thing burns. That thing burns. It's so, and it foams up really well, and it really gets the dirt out, but it's very corrosive for these coils. That's good for like old school stuff that's copper, but right here we have an aluminum coil, and specifically microchannel. It's time to shut this guy down because you want to do this with the power off. And it is 10 times quieter now. All right, thank God we're not servicing this thing. The thing's broke down. We're just here to clean it, but check out this control panel. Dear Lord. Alright, so this part here is your furnace. You got some controls here, and then we have, just a standard air conditioning system. Just so you see what that is. Boy, that look crazy. Alright, so first things first, we got to start by brushing down this coil. Alright, let's brush this thing down. It got quite some brushing to do. Maybe we can grab a bigger brush as well. Got quite some brushing to do. In the meantime, we're setting up our pressure washer. I used a different cordless Ryobi pressure washer, but when it comes to big stuff like this, you're gonna want a pressure washer like this. This thing is freaking amazing, and it's super strong. I tried out a new attachment. Came with this here, so let's see if we can apply the chemical with that. Okay, so when it comes to this, I'm going to show you guys a picture of the instructions here, so you guys really understand what we need to do here. AON did things right. They got these little action panels on both sides, and that's going to be key for cleaning up this unit. All the dust, as you can see, is on this side. The air goes into the coil, gets pulled out. So we're going to brush that side, apply some chemical on there, and we're actually going to be pushing water the opposite way, so we don't just keep pushing dirt into the system. And that's going to be the best method to go here. This side's open, and we're going to go ahead and open the other side as well. Here's an attachment for the pressure washer I have. All these didn't come with the machine, so you have a ton of extensions and different angles that you can use, a bunch of different nozzles and all that, so we can clean. And it's gonna come quite in handy for a unit like this, because if not, you're gonna have to clean it from the side. But with this, because you're not gonna get this whole wand in there properly, with this, angle it on the side, and we're going to be able to really clean this coil properly, especially in a space like this. That's going to be the best bet. Definitely recommend getting attachments for any pressure washer that you have. This side's a lot better already. This one, yeah. Here's your evaporator coil, so air gets pulled in this way. As you can see, filters and follow the airflow. Right, goes into the coil, pulling from out there. We're gonna pull out these filters, get this prep, brush it down, and pretty much do the same thing on this side. Get those filters out of there. Figured you guys might be curious to see what's inside this unit. We got 2 Copeland compressors, VFD, breakers, switches, all that good stuff. When you see 2 compressors and 2 liquid line filter dryers, well, you know you got 2 circuits. So that evaporator coil, it's actually 2 circuits. There's 2 circuits here, and then 2 condenser coils, but this is like packaged in one. We're gonna start by wetting the coil, and then we're gonna apply the chemical. All right, let's apply this chemical and see how that works. It's my first time using that little sprayer piece. Looks pretty cool, but usually I use just like a little handheld tank sprayer, and that you definitely want to mix 3 parts water, 1 part solution. But yeah, we're gonna get that whole thing on here, really get that applied, and let that chemical do its thing. This thing definitely needs a cleaning. Summer's right around the corner, and it's time for some maintenance. If you follow the instructions, it says spray cleaning solution onto the dirty coil and allow it to remain in contact for 5 to 10 minutes. There we go. We also have the cordless one here working simultaneously with the other pressure washer. This one is also, this is the one I was cleaning the car with, and it comes with this wand attachment so you can get into tight spaces. We hit it from the back, now we hit it from the front. All right. Making sure to keep a little distance so we don't bend this thing in. We want to keep it like at a slight angle so it all makes its way down. Got a second unit here to work with. Dear Lord, dear Lord. Control panel's crazy. Doing the same process, opening up the sides, and we're gonna be doing this cleaning. All right, and that's gonna be the game plan. Pressure damper. That's what it looks like. You guys remember this job? Did this not too long ago. Still good to go over there. We rebuilt this drain line. It's looking good. And we got 1 and 2 8-on units that we're working on right now. We cleaned this unit last week, but to get up here, it's not so easy. Let's see if we get a bird's eye view of the guys. Make sure they're working out here. This is that unit. They were doing the main cleaning. Got Daniel there getting started on the other one. And we're gonna try to knock this out. It's Friday, so thank God for that. But it's never truly a Friday when you do HVAC when you're on call 24/7. Oh man. But yeah, it's a beautiful day, and it's nice to spend some time on the roof after being inside so many ceilings lately. And give you guys a view of what we got here. We're out in Brooklyn. We're about 35 stories up. Man, that's a spectacular view. It seriously is. God bless America. There's a handheld going on right now, and it's actually strong enough to really push through this coil, which is amazing. It's not going to be good for this evaporator coil. We're going to need to use that angled wand on the high pressure washer to really get through this, but that's why you gotta have options. I really bought that handheld one to clean the car, and it's been working so good for smaller units. This unit is giant. It's not typically stuff that we work on, so for the things that we do work on, it's a perfect coil cleaning machine. Definitely recommend having both in the truck for different applications. That's pretty much the idea here, and we're going to repeat this a few times just because it hasn't been done in a while and this coil is really dirty. You really want to get this thing set up for the summer, and that's pretty much the steps. That's how you clean a microchannel coil. You want to make sure you're using the approved chemical. You're going to want to brush down the coil first, of course, after you turn the power off. You want to wet the coil. It's definitely a good thing to do. apply the chemical, let it sit 5 to 10 minutes. You see he's cleaning the opposite way of where airflow typically flows. So you want to push that dirt out, not push it in. And then rinse inside out, repeat a few steps, and you know, just do things right. Make sure everything's good. Check all the filters, check all the belts, make sure all the bearings and all the motors, everything is greased and things are good to go. Check operation, and that's the idea here. Here's the fresh air intake, so there's a set of filters for that. You got a motor here. Definitely want to get things going. We cleaned this up last time. This thing was crazy, full of grease, man. You really don't want to freaking overdo it in there. And there's different processes for cleaning stuff like that. This video was really on that condenser, but I figured I'd show you guys what's up. Fan motor comes in here, and you have this piece here, and this is a completely different thing and method to do to clean. This is actually a big job to do. Okay, that we have there, dual evaporator coil, another motorized damper here. This is the compressor compartment, and your evaporator fan motor is actually in there. Okay, and your control panel is here, right? Dual system, dual fuel, right? We got natural gas coming in for the furnace, and we're using refrigerant for our refrigerant cycle for the cooling. And yeah, this unit's similar, but it has less components. All right, got fresh air coming in with the fresh air damper, right? This is your actuator for your fresh air damper, filter rack, dual evaporator coil, got pressure switches here, all the good stuff. Let me show you guys what's in here. It's cool seeing this stuff and not being surprised on your trip. And here's your blower wheel on this one. Pretty serious unit. What happened to the cover there? I don't know. Right, control panel once again. And now we're back around. Didn't look like too much on this one, but there's definitely a lot of dirt coming out of here. That's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. If anyone found this video interesting or helpful, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe as I come out with new videos every week. And I'll catch you all next time.